Hello, and welcome to another episode of 5 Minutes with Freed. I'm your host, Michael Freed. I'm a litigation partner in the matrimonial and family law firm of Berkman, Botker, Newman, and Shine, with offices in New York City, Westchester, and Long Island. And today, my special guest is Andrew Botwin of Strategy People Culture. So, Andrew, welcome to 5 Minutes with Freed.
Great. Thank you, Michael. Nice to be here.
So, Andrew, what is Strategy People Culture, and what's your role in the company?
Essentially, it's a consulting firm. I have, and we focus in two really specific lines of business. One is around leadership development, mostly one-on-one with executives. Sometimes we do teamwork, facilitation of executive meetings, that kind of thing. But mostly it's really about having individual executives become more effective as leaders in their business. The second lane is very niche, and we focus on sexual harassment and discrimination issues in the workplace. And that's from both neutral workplace investigations. So some of the big stories that you might read about, most recently, Deshaun Watson. I see that you're a football fan behind you. The people that do those external investigations to try to figure out what happened, that's part of what my business is, in addition to training. The training is everything from group training across an organization to one-on-one corrective action training if someone was found to have done something inappropriate, and that's part of the remedial plan.
Got it. So, Andrew, you know that I'm a matrimonial and family law attorney. When would my clients most often require your services?
Yeah, so interesting. A lot of people might not see a direct tie into a divorce and leadership development or harassment and discrimination, but I actually, having done this for 10 years, I see two direct avenues. One, sometimes what are the reasons for the divorce? Sometimes there's infidelity. I'm sure you've seen those circumstances, and that oftentimes is related to the workplace. So that creates opportunity to do training inside those organizations, because often there's a ripple effect. The marriage being a significantly impacted consequence of whatever that affair might have been, but that has a ripple effect to the workplace, and training is a very good proactive way to try to deal with the risk management in either or both of the couples workplaces. The other is around leadership development, where sometimes we think as people, our personal lives are completely independent from our work lives, and we're able to compartmentalize, and it doesn't affect our ability in the workplace if we're going through a divorce, and that's just not practical. And so while my specialty is in therapy, it's not helping people deal with consequences of divorce. It can certainly help people going through difficult times like that. And most divorces are not easy, I suspect you would say, for the parties involved. It helps them deal with, from a leadership perspective, how to be more effective through difficult times like that.
So, Andrew, what would be the best way for a prospective client or other professional like myself to contact you?
Any which way you can find me. Certainly, if you remember that guy but don't remember my name and you remember Michael's name, reach out to him. My website is www.strategypeopleculture.com. You can also find me on LinkedIn. My direct email is andy@strategypeopleculture.com. And if you're more interested in specifically the online training as opposed to a live in-person type of venue for training, I've got it. That second company is eeotraining.com. EEO as in Equal Employment Opportunity Training.com.
Perfect. So, Andrew Botwin, we have now come to the most important part of our show, and that happens to be the question of the week. So, Andrew Botwin, this is your question of the week.
Oh boy.
Yeah, here it comes. If you could choose any view out of your office window, what would you choose and why?
So, I'm going to give you a double answer, because I'm one of those people that loves sort of being in mountains and mountain ranges, even though it's not part of my everyday. It's not even the typical vacation we take. That would probably be my number one. But I'm also a sucker for, viewing ocean, large bodies of water. I find that very calming too. So I probably will take two most common type of answers that you'll get and combine them into my.
Wow. Well, that is a great answer. And Andrew Botwin, you've said it all. You are helping executives one day at a time. And I want to thank you for being a wonderful guest on 5 Minutes with Freed.
Great. Thank you so much.